So welcome into the JVT Football Show review, where we will be taking a look at what went down on Tuesday night in the UEFA Champions League. It was exciting and thoroughly entertaining on the night, just as we would expect of this competition. And there were some pretty interesting results as well, just as we'll take a look at in just a minute as we pull up the results sheet. And it all started off in Russia, where Bayern Munich recorded a 2-1 victory over Lokomotiv Moscow, with the Bavarians recording their 13th consecutive victory in this competition. They now have a last game dating back to March 2019. That is some feat by the reigning European champions. Shakhtar Donetsk and Inter Milan played out a goalless draw in Ukraine, with Inter Milan dropping yet more points on match week 2. Then Manchester City recorded a 3-0 victory over Marseille in France, while Liverpool defeated FC Midtjylland by 2-0. While in Germany there was late drama as Real Madrid came from 2 goals down late on to draw 2-2 against Borussia Mönchengladbach. And the same can be said in Spain, where Atletico Madrid had to come from 2-1 down to win the game 3-2, with Joao Felix getting those all 2 vital goals to give Diego Simeone and his men all 3 points on the night. Then in Italy, Atalanta came from 2 goals down to draw 2-2 against Ajax, another entertaining game on the night, while FC Porto defeated Olympiacos by 2-0. So what a night it was, and we'll start off in Russia, where Bayern Munich took on Lokomotiv Moscow and got a 2-1 victory. Now, this was a scoreline that we really did not expect, given the way Bayern Munich have been scoring goals freely over the past couple of weeks. Last week, we saw them defeat Atletico Madrid by 4-0, and we saw them defeat Eintracht Frankfurt by 5-0 in the German Bundesliga. However, Lokomotiv Moscow put in quite a performance against the reigning European champions. And to me, it is really down to the attendance of the fans in the stadium. In Moscow, there were fans at the stadium for that game, and the home fans really put in a performance as well, whereby they chanted all night long. They boosted their team, they gave them the support, and you could tell that these Lokomotiv Moscow players were channeling that energy from the fans and replicating it down on the pitch. And they got that wonderful equalizer where they caught Bayern Munich off guard. Bayern Munich was so high up holding the high line that they played a wonderful ball over, and they got that wonderful goal, wonderful counter, and they got the equalizer. And it was a really strong performance from them, and they could have really gone up 2-1. But they came up against a strong Bayern Munich defense and a strong and one of the best goalkeepers in the world in Manuel Neuer. Now, while for Bayern Munich, they do what champions do. They do what winners do. They get the result. When they are tested, when their backs are against the walls, they have to grind out the results, and they did grind out that result. They did go up 1-0. They drew first blood on the night after some wonderful play build up to the goal with Corentin Tolisso playing a wonderful ball over to Pavard, who with the first time cross played it into the path of Leon Goretzka, who headed it in for the first goal. And one thing that I have to mention as well is that quality was the difference in this game as well. And it all comes down to that, really. In most games in Europe nowadays, it has to come down to the quality of the players on the pitch, and that was a quality build up to the goal. And then the second goal can be more of the same can be said about the second goal, with Joshua Kimmich with a wonderful turn and a wonderful half volley to give the Bavarians all the 3 points to put them 2-1 up. And so Bayern Munich on the night, really, they did what champions did. As I said, they have to grind out their wins, and they are the best team in Europe. And if you're the best team in Europe, it doesn't matter who you're up against. You have to play to your best, and they played to their best, and they got the result.